Hi, hello, namaskar. What's up, everybody? This is Shubham Thakur here, and welcome to Shubham Thakur's Live. So today we have our guest who is an IITian, motivational speaker, a psychologist, and a life coach. And here I am welcoming Mr. Karthik Madugula. Hello, welcome, sir. Welcome to Shubham Thakur's Live. Uh, yes, sir. I think there's some network issue, like that's why your voice is not clear right now.
Okay. Am I clear now?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Perfect. Like that. I like that. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So first of all, welcome to Shubham Thakur's Live. I was so excited to have you on my show, especially a psychologist and a life coach. It's a very big deal for me. So yeah, so welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shubham. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, sir, we are starting the live session, and first of all, I request you to introduce yourself to the viewers and your journey to become a life coach, a motivational speaker, and a psychologist.
Right. So as everybody clearly knows, or as Shubham clearly knows, my background was not a life coach or a psychologist. I was an engineering graduate from an IIT. I graduated in mechanical engineering from IIT Kharagpur.
Yeah.
From there,
Yeah.
I went to work as a mechanical engineer in Australia for 2 or 3 years. But since my teenage leading up into my early 20s, going through a lot of depression. But I was confidently fake myself through the world. I was faking my feelings. I was life just like that. I was hitting success after success after success, which is not the problem. But you can only for so long. And I reached that point where I could not fake it anymore. And my depression started to take a big toll on me when I was in Australia and I was not able to perform to my job role. So what happened is I got fired from my job and my visa didn't allow me to stay there. So in a sense, I got kicked back to India. So I came back to India without a clue on what I wanted to do. See, being jobless is not the biggest thing in life. Okay?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a job, इधर उधर जुगाड़ लगाओ, एक दो दोस्तों से बात करो, कुछ ना कुछ हो जाएगा.
Yes, sir.
Never a problem. But being clueless is a big problem. So I was very clueless at that time about what I wanted to do. Okay. And
yes, sir.
Desperation to belong in the success circle and do something with my life, I tried various things and everything failed. Okay. And then I realized I was trying things out of desperation rather than inspiration. So I realized that until I sort this one out, there is no meaning in me doing anything out there in the world. So then I went on a 1 year sabbatical where I was basically living out of a bag. Anybody gave me space to stay, I stayed. Anybody gave me food to eat, so I was wandering all around the place. I was visiting a lot of places and I tried to get myself out of the situation that I was inside my mind. Okay.
Yeah.
So 8 months, a good 8 months to get out of that situation. And finally, for the first time in my life, I was happy for no reason at all. You know, if you look at this, we are a part of, in a major, we attach our happiness to something or the other. ये मिला तो happy, वो मिला तो happy, ये हुआ तो happy, वो हुआ तो happy, ये नहीं हुआ तो क्यों नहीं हुआ, मेरे लिए क्यों
yes, sir.
उसके लिए क्यों होता है और मेरे लिए क्यों नहीं होता है, why me, why should I suffer,
yes, sir.
so on and so forth. Okay, so we always need a reason to be happy, but at that one point in my life, finally I was at that state where I was happy for no particular reason. Okay, that's when I knew that I was for the world again. Okay, so then I came up. And that was around the time that people started approaching me for help. I don't know if I gave out some divine aura or I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what it is, but people started approaching me for help. And fun fact, my then girlfriend, she was not a girlfriend at that, but my now wife was my first client in my life. Okay, beat that.
Oh, yeah. So that's so awesome. Yeah.
Started helping people that way, and then I realized I'm able to do that really well. So it's one thing for you to be able to help yourself, and it's a completely different arena if you're able to help someone else. Okay, so I was able to do that, and I was able to attest it, validate it, and so on and so forth. And then I was like, okay, let me take this out in a big way. So I started writing up blogs. I started writing a lot of content here and there, and people started approaching me from
Yeah.
various parts of the world. Okay. So I
Yeah.
very effectively. Now, if anybody comes to you for the first time, they are taking a shot at you. Okay. But if they
Yeah.
came back second time, then you know that you're onto something and doing something right. So that was validation for me. So once my idea
Yeah.
got validated, I decided that now I have to take this full time. So from there on, I've completed 3 degrees in psychology, worked at most reputed psychologists in Delhi, Gurugram area, came back to Hyderabad, set up my own office in 2018, struggled for first 5-6 months because I came back to Hyderabad after 10 years, knew nobody,
Yeah.
had no etc. But then slowly my brand started growing and people started approaching me
Yeah.
for help. And before you knew, now within 2 years of time of setting up my clinic, I'm now regularly on TV, radio, news channels here and there, giving interviews on contemporary issues.
Yeah.
Yes, becoming a micro celebrity of the sorts in my area. So that's me. Big story. Right.
Yeah, so that was a very inspiring story, by the way, because being an IITian, it's like in India, you have lots of pressure of becoming successful. Yeah, so my some of my friends are still conflicting with this issue, but as you grow up in your life, you have to be more idealistic or something. So yeah, that's very great. So I did some research. I visited your website, Karma the Life Coach, where I found a quote, "Zero to be hero." So what does that mean? Yeah,
So this was the concept that I started with when I started, but a
yeah,
lot of not understand this concept, so I transformed it into various other versions. But to go into the
yeah,
to that phase of my life where I birthed this concept. So what I understood was, Shubham, we attach ourselves to a lot of identities. Okay, I'm an IITian.
yeah,
I'm a daughter. I am a South Indian. I speak Telugu. So many. I'm male. I'm female. I'm transgender. Whatever. Okay. So we identify ourselves with a lot of identities. Okay.
yeah,
And then there is a lot of other identities as well. Success, career, job ka profession, ka title, ye, wo, phalana, dimkana, whatever. Okay.
yes, sir.
With so many identities, what happens is you become a confused cocktail. Okay.
Yeah, so
Anything
yeah,
start affecting you in a big way. Okay. So then I
yeah,
realized I have to detox myself of so many identities. Okay. And identify myself with one thing, being human.
yes. So that's very yeah,
Just one identity, zero it down from all those noise of identities to just one single identity, which is realizing the fact that I am a human being and that anything is possible for me. Okay. So
yes, sir.
for example, if I get in a room with Narendra Modi, okay,
Yeah,
a lot of people will grow nervous because they associate Narendra Modi with a big identity of being a prime minister, and then they
yes,
identity of being just I do my job or whatever it is, and then it feels very tiny in front of that big identity. Okay, so then they
yeah,
get nervous and they can't make a good dialogue, they can't represent themselves confidently, and so on and so forth. Okay, but the reality is Narendra Modi is also a human being. Okay.
yes, sir.
Just as I am. So I have massive respect for the journey of the man, obviously, for sure. But doesn't necessarily have to mean that I am any lesser than anybody for that
Yeah,
matter. Okay.
yeah,
So I see myself as equal so that I don't intimidate myself. And yet at the
yeah,
same time, I have respect for for people who have put a lot of hard work in their life. So reducing all the noise of identities to understanding that you're a base human. And when we were born as base humans, we were born as a blank paper. Okay, we were not born with any
yeah,
idea. Nobody was born of what success means, what failure means, or what society means, job means, or what career means, or what money means, and so on.
yes, sir.
All these ideas have been installed in you as time
Yeah,
passes. Okay, and then you get attached to these ideas, and then you fall in the rut and the rat race, and so on and so forth. And you're not
yes, sir.
okay. A lot of people, if they can't get good Instagram DPs, they feel sad.
Yeah, so that's quite a common problem in adolescence. Yeah,
Yes, problem in adolescents, especially if they don't have
yeah.
good file, good DPs or good number of likes,
Good number
so
of followers, and so yeah,
out of the picture. And then why is that affecting you so much? Because you are so identified with your social identity. Okay,
yes, sir.
so taking that moment to reduce all this noise, to understand that as a basic point you are a human being and you are just as equal as anybody else, even if you didn't have 500 likes on your DP. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's basically all about, being zero and becoming zero. And
द प्रॉब्लम यू डिस्कस दैट कि हम लोग जब किसी को भी लाइक अपने से सुपीरियर देखते हैं, चाहे कुछ भी ऐसा कोई होता है जो थोड़ा सा इंस्पायरिंग होता है, सो उसके सामने हम लोग अपने आप को काफी डिमोटिवेट फील करते हैं, वी लूज अ सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस एंड and there are so many things we lose in front of that person. So sir, how to overcome that first of all, because it's a very very huge problem in the age of adolescence, like especially it happened to me sometime. But yeah, so how to overcome that, sir?
very interesting formula for that. Okay, so everybody who's here
Yeah,
right now, attention, pay full attention to this one. Okay, so this is the formula. Results is equal to capacity into time. I repeat that again. Results is equal to capacity into time. Okay, so whenever you're feeling bad, when you're comparing with someone, you're feeling bad because your results are not looking as great as this other person. Okay, whatever that
yeah,
results, you have a lot of followers or you don't have a lot of followers, or you get better grades or you don't get better grades, some or the other result, you are comparing them, you are comparing yourself with them on the ground of. Okay, so when you compare yourself with other people's results, okay,
yeah,
what if is that your problem is in your capacity. Okay, that's when self-esteem
yeah,
issues. My result is not as good as this other person, so my result is not as good as this other person, so I am not good as this other person.
yeah,
That's what. Okay, but as I was clearly saying, results is equals to capacity into time. Okay, so there is a big
yeah,
factor, the time vector playing in that situation. So for example, let us say you are in 11th or 12th, and you are
yeah,
doing these problems or whatever it is, and there is somebody in your class, even if you're spending
yeah,
equal amount of time they are spending in the class learning, still they are getting better marks than you. Okay, let's
yeah.
try to understand
Yes,
why.
sir.
The reason why this is happening is, you are only seeing the fact that in the class you're spending equal time as he is, and let us say homework time you're spending equal time, but you have not accounted for the fact of his life subconsciously, here and there, everywhere he did a lot of puzzles, this, that, and everything, and he developed the math skill to an extent that he's already far advanced than you.
Yeah,
Now you are comparing yourself with someone who's already far advanced than you. So that's an apple orange comparison. Okay, so the reason why you're as good as this other person is they have spent a lot more time than you maturing in this direction. Their time vector is a lot bigger than your time vector. Okay,
yeah.
so
So
when your results are not as good as the other person, okay, compare
yeah,
your time vector with time vector. Don't compare yourself with them, because कैपेसिटी की जहां बात आती है, सबका अपना अपना इक्वल कैपेसिटी होता है. ओके, यू हैव द
yes, sir.
कैपेसिटी एज सचिन तेंदुलकर और रॉजर फेडरर और नरेंद्र मोदी और as well. The place where the
So yeah,
lag
yes,
happens, as I was saying, Shubham, as its results is equals to capacity into time. Okay, when your results are not, you are supposed to compare your time vector with the other capacity, because your capacity is just the same as this other person as well. Okay, that's the reality
yeah,
about this situation. So yes, do not feel confident because your capacity is the same as the other person. They might have spent a lot more time than you, and that's the reason why they are better than you. Especially for teenagers,
yes, sir.
this happens because they see something olds or 30 something olds, all those things, money, putting a lot of great pictures with vacations and so on and so forth. But
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're not understanding is this person has spent 10 years of their life doing a lot of things in the area of their skills and improving and so
yeah,
on and so forth. You have not
yeah,
got started with yet. Okay, it's an unfair comparison for you to compare yourself with them, because on the time vector you didn't even get started and they have already done 10 years. So that's the
yes,
thing
sir.
about it.
Yeah, and so like as we're talking about the adolescence, so according to you, what are the most common problems faced in adolescence, in the age of adolescence, like teenagers face? The most common psychological problem, yes, sir, according to you.
Right. So with adolescents, the biggest problem that they face is the one that we already discussed, which is the confidence issue. Okay,
Yeah,
either they are confident in their standing in their society, or they feel underconfident about it and so forth. So that's the first thing, which basically underconfidence is a big problem for teenagers. The other
yeah,
problems that generally surface are unnecessary rebellion. Okay, so teenage is when you are thinking that you're becoming an adult, you are trying to take ownership of your own actions and so on and so forth. So
yes,
you
sir.
tend to then much. Okay, you think that you know it all, and then you start doing it just like you like it. Okay, but the
Yeah,
reality, doing things like you like it may not bring you results. Okay, so
yeah,
one thing that I will tell all teenagers that are watching this is, you must choose a mentor in your life. I'll repeat that again. You must
yeah,
choose a mentor in, and who should be your mentor? Your mentor shouldn't be someone who is your peer जिसके साथ आप जाके मस्ती करते हो. That is not your mentor. Your mentor
yeah,
should be someone who is doing something good in their life. Okay. The reason why you should choose a mentor in your life is, let's try to understand this one, Shubham. If if you look at the history, some of the biggest kings in India and so on and so forth, some of the
yeah,
biggest emperors, and all of these people had somebody called a Rajguru.
yes,
For
sir.
example, Pandavas had, Dronacharya, okay,
Yeah,
and then Balichakravarti had Shukracharya, and Chandragupta
yes, sir.
Maurya had Chandra, and so on
Chanakya,
and so
yes,
forth.
sir.
Everybody
Yeah,
had some or Rajguru. So why do you need a Rajguru? The reason why you need a Rajguru is because there is somebody in your life whom you bend to. Okay,
yes, sir.
when you are in that position where you are able to bend to someone in your life, what happens is, then your ears will be open, you will be open to listening to anything that comes. Okay, so if
Yeah,
somebody is not make a point to you because you just don't want to listen, they can route it through your guru or mentor, and
yeah,
that way it works. So if you do not have your Rajguru in your life, you must go out and seek someone. This is one of the most important suggestions that I can give to every teenager, because guys, I was out there alone, okay, and
yeah.
it sucked. It sucked like
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
crazy. I will mince no words in saying that I wasted 10 years in my life.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
especially from 16 to around about 24. All my time I wasted. Yes, I was successful, I was in Australia, I was doing this cushy job, I was making a lot of money and so on and so forth, but still it was a lot of wasted time,
yeah,
because although I made money, but I made the money at the cost of my own self.
yeah,
That money is not that I'm really proud of. Okay, that job is not
yes,
something that that direction is not something that I'm really proud of. If anybody gave me a chance, I'd probably I probably quit going in that direction altogether. Okay, somebody who I met right when I was 17, okay, they told me that, Karthik, there is a speaker in you. Okay, at that time,
yeah,
and I didn't want to listen to them. Okay. Now, 10 years later, what am I doing? Exactly what they told 10 years earlier.
yeah, yes, sir. Exactly.
So imagine if I would have started at 16 or 17, where would I be now?
Yes, most probably like the Gary Vee.
Exactly right. I would have been a lot further
Yeah,
in my game right now. Okay. So,
Yeah.
guys, seek out a mentor and then just shut up and listen to them. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what you should be doing if you are a teenager right now. Very, very important for all of you guys to have a mentor in your life. If you do not have a mentor, then rest assured you will be going in the wrong direction, because especially in teenage there are a lot of influences, and I don't want to name what these influences are. Everybody understands them. Okay, so if you want to make a success out of your life, you should not fall for these influences, and I'm talking about all the negative influences that come especially at
Yeah.
this age. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody out there who are doing those kind of businesses are waiting to prey on you.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's your responsibility to not fall for these things, and the only way you'll be able to do that is if you have right mentorship and right guidance. Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
I know that you don't listen to your parents anymore. I know that already. Okay, so that's already so go out and seek somebody who can be your Rajguru and put you in the right direction. Very, very absolutely important.
Yeah. For finding the perfect Rajguru for yourself is what are the qualities we seek into? Like जैसे सर एक चीज होती है कि I'm 19 right now. So अगर मुझे कोई अपना मेंटोर ढूंढना पड़ेगा, so फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्या होता है कि आपको बहुत सारे पीयर प्रेशर होता है, सोसाइटी होती है जो आपको ये डिफाइन करता है कि don't go to that person, don't talk to them, don't like हम लोग जो अभी पैंडेमिक चल रहा है उस हिसाब से हम लोग एक कॉम्पैक्ट हो गए हैं, अपने हाउसेस में हम लॉक्ड हो चुके हैं, वैसे अभी है नहीं बट स्टिल. So it's very difficult to find a perfect mentor for yourself, for us, because first of all, हमारी as I'm 19, so I know a lot of people who can mentor me, but still I'm confused at which one to choose. So I learn from everyone each and every possible thing. I read books every morning, like different books, life changing books, and I listen to the people. I listen to podcasts or something. But for an average teenager, so what are the processes? What are the process of how to finding a perfect mentor for yourself?
So the one thing with that, Shubham, is the way you do that is by choosing somebody who is in the line of skill, especially that you want to develop. ठीक है, अगर आपको आर्चरी करना है, ठीक है, तो आपको द्रोणाचार्य जैसे मेंटर चाहिए लाइफ में.
Yes, sir.
Okay? आपको रिलेशनशिप्स के बारे में सीखना है तो आपको कोई और चाहिए. ठीक है, may not be that everything you will get from one person. I agree with that. Okay,
Yeah.
but एक आदमी मिनिमम होना चाहिए, at least in the direction of the skill you want to walk in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, minimum that one person, at least in the direction of the skill that you want to walk in, because your career development is the most important thing in this age of your life. Okay,
Yes.
by 27, 28, you have to be at a level of skill, okay, that you are already branded as an expert in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have to get to that place, the first mentor you should choose is somebody who is doing well in the direction of the skill that you choose. Okay, now
Yes, sir.
when you approach people for mentorship, why the
Yeah.
heck should they mentor you?
Yeah.
Think about it. Why should they give their time for free for you? No. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have to walk in with an offer.
Yeah.
I am willing to give my time to you. I will help you in your work for free.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Like being an assistant. Yeah.
Yeah, be an assistant to them. Go and work for them for free and find people who are passionate, energetic and ambitious.
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि उनके साथ काम करने में आपको मजा आएगा एंड चीजों को वर्क आउट होते हुए दुनिया में देखोगे. You will see your work being utilized in the world. If you go and work with someone who's lousy, okay,
Yeah.
the reality is it will make you do all pointless things which will never go out into the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody who is passionate and ambitious, and go and work for that person even if they can't pay a single penny.
Yeah.
Versus work with a person who's lousy and can pay you 10,000, 15,000. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Most important intention right now is learning.
Yes, sir.
There is time left for you to earning. Okay, you don't have to do your earning right now. You have to do your learning right now. Okay.
Yes.
So don't all for, see, if money comes as well, take it. Okay, it will be useful for parties, it
Yeah.
will be useful for going around road trips, this, that. I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah.
But money should not be your major concern. Learning should be your major concern.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where I go, the place where I can learn really, really fast in a really, really lesser amount of time. So choose those
Yeah.
kind of people and then go and submit yourselves to them and do everything that is necessary. That's
Yes.
what my suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sir, and another most common problem faced by most of the teenagers, like they are posting in their stories, and they told people that they don't even talk to people. Like, I'm in depression, you know. Like depression, anxiety, and stress. That three problem are the most common problem in the adolescence. So how to deal with that? Every fourth person in the who's teenager, their first problem is like they don't even know what depression is. They don't even know what anxiety and what stress is like. But still, they they are some considering some very small problem into and making it to the a big problem and considering it depression, anxiety, and stress. So how to deal with that is psychologically, because for analyzing the particular problem, we need to have the proper knowledge of what the thing is, what really the thing is. Yeah.
So with respect to that, Shubham, I think I'll blow your everyone's mind. That is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So depression something happens without even a trigger. Okay. There is a
Yeah.
constant low for no particular reason. Okay. Because your chemical balance inside your head has gone wrong completely. Okay, it's a
Yeah.
physical problem. It's not something that you just make it up just like that. No, it's a
Yeah.
physical problem that has become real for you. Okay, so depression is more in the line of untriggered unhappiness or sadness or low mood for no particular reason. Okay, now if there are reasons for which you feel bad, okay, there is something that's going wrong, so I feel bad. There is something that did not happen for me, so I feel bad. So this is all basically terrible life and terrible choices and terrible decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, do not equate terrible life with depression.
Yes, sir.
Okay, terrible life is terrible life. Let's acknowledge it as terrible life. So then you can sit with yourself and analyze why you have a terrible life. Okay, either your decisions were terrible, or your actions were terrible, or your emotion or your ability to handle your emotions is terrible. So
Yes.
now you go out there and learn these skills so that you can handle yourself better, make better decisions, and so on and so forth. Okay,
Yeah.
so do not call just about anything as depression. And if I go into clinical definitions, okay,
Yeah.
what they say is, if you feel very, very low and sad and an extreme low mood basically for more than 14 days constantly,
Yeah.
for more than 14 days constantly, then is when you can, classify yourself as probably having some problem. Okay,
Really.
and then is the right time to visit somebody to take help. And some people, they wait years before they take help. Okay, 14 days is the timeline. This is what DSM-5 says. DSM is
Yes.
basically the psychological and psychiatric association and so on and so forth. This is world over approved, and approved by World Health Organization, everything of that sort. Okay, so more than 14 days, if you constantly feel sad, constant low mood, and unable to revive yourself,
Yeah.
that's when you know that you have a problem, and then you should definitely visit. And if you did not feel that way, then you do not have depression, you have a terrible life. Okay, you are making
Okay.
terrible decisions. You are making terrible, you're choosing terrible things in your life. You're not knowing how to make decisions. You're not knowing how to deal with your emotions and so on and so forth. When you're not
Yeah.
able to deal with you have to learn life skills, emotional skills. Okay, so go
Yeah.
out and learn and get yourself better, but do not classify yourself as depressed. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Classify yourself as terribly skilled in the emotional department. That might be a better classification than saying that I'm depressed. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what it looks like, Shubham. And with respect to anxiety, one of the major anxiety for especially the teens of the present day is social anxiety. Okay?
Yeah.
Because if you feel you are cool, you are participative in life. If you feel you are not cool, you withdraw and then you start avoiding things altogether.
Yeah.
And then you start anticipating what will my future look like. So one distinction that I'll give between depression and anxiety is depression is mostly past focused. Okay. Anxiety is mostly future focused.
Yeah.
Okay. Anxiety is in the anticipation of things. Depression is in the recounting of what has already gone wrong and why it has
Yeah.
gone wrong and la 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 all that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's the best distinction between depression, the most layman distinction. Okay. So first you should know where you belong. Then
Yes, sir.
you will know. Okay. If it's anxiety, there is different kind of fixes. If it's depression, there is different kind of fixes. Okay. So this is how people should look at themselves. So 14 days, if you have not been able to revive yourself, immediately you visit a therapist because you need it and you should get yourself out of that situation. And a majority of people, what happens is they approach their friends and family, which is really
Yeah.
good. Okay. When you talk to your friends and family and so on and so forth, they will be able to solve some issues for you, especially the smaller issues and so on and so forth. But if it's a really large issue, what happens is these people that you are approaching are not particularly an expert at dealing with that particular issue in the fastest manner possible. So what will happen is they give you a suggestion, you won't be able to adopt it because you clearly are having a very large issue with that one. For them, in their mind, it could be a small issue. For you,
Yes, sir.
this particular become very large. So their suggestion you are not able to digest, take, implement, and get better. Then what starts happening? Your relationship with them starts going down because they'll see you, they'll judge you that ये यार ये तेरे से ये भी नहीं हो पा रहा है, क्या क्या कर रहा है, क्या सोच, क्यों ऐसा पागलपंती कर रहा है, ठीक है? So they start judging you, okay? And you start feeling bad, and kahin na kahin the sharing will stop and the relationship quality will start going down. Okay.
Yes.
And if it is with parents, what happens is there is a big generation gap. Okay.
Yeah.
And their parents are not as much in touch with your generation as you would like, ideally. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So suggestion might not appeal to you that much. Okay.
Yeah.
So for smaller issues, definitely connect with friends and family, take help, get out. But when you know that the issue is large, do not waste your time talking to friends or family and so on and so forth, because they might sometimes do more harm than help. Okay.
Yes,
and
sir.
then there is all these losses of fear of judgment and fear of all these other things that is possible in your life. Some people may even use your private information and take advantage of you in ways that you don't understand. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're sharing, feel very safe and all that. But maybe one person could not control not sharing that information outside, and suddenly you have become the talk of the town.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's something that everyone has to take care of.
Yeah, sir. So that's a very particular answer and very wonderful suggestion. So moving forward to one of the biggest problem in the world right now is the internet addiction. So, or we can say the social media addiction. So what the particular? So what is the? Yeah.
Basically, I will call it novelty addiction.
Yes, a novelty addiction. Yeah.
Addiction. Novelty is basically newness. Newness attracts you. Let us say कोई तुम्हारा पोस्ट पे कमेंट किया and Facebook का बैनर नोटिफिकेशन आ गया तुम्हारे फोन पे, Instagram का बैनर नोटिफिकेशन आ गया तुम्हारे फोन पे. So you want to figure out what this new thing is, what this person has said about you, and so on and so forth. So the curiosity is really high. Okay.
Yeah.
So curiosity is really high. You are distracted from what you should ideally be doing.
Yeah.
Okay. And then your intention is gone for a toss, your time is gone for a toss. 2-3 hours of YouTubing later, you realize that your day is gone.
Yes, sir. That happened to me. That happened to me every day. Yeah.
It happens to a lot of people. And unfortunately, this is a pandemic. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This thing this novelty addiction or internet addiction or social media addiction, whatever you want to call it, this is a pandemic. This is very widespread, and a lot of people do not take it too seriously. But generationally, people have become very lazy. The reason being, when you are getting so much euphoria, okay, when you are getting so much novelty without putting in any effort, so this novelty, you feel rewarded inside your head. Okay, for example, when our fathers had to watch a movie, they had to go to a movie theater, stand in a line, big queue, fight for a ticket, get the ticket, and then finally get to see the movie. Okay, in our one click of a button and you're already watching the movie. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So no involved, full on reward. Okay, what happens with that is your brain is suddenly now getting used to getting a lot of reward with lot less effort.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the perfect formula to manufacture laziness.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
When you're getting a lot of reward for a lot less effort, that is what laziness is. This is technology induced lazy generation, as I like to call it. We are not inherently lazy as people. I'm not judging anybody, but the way our brain works and the way technology is shaping the way we do things, we are becoming technologically induced lazy generation of people. This is what is right. The widespread pandemic, nobody is talking much about it or thinking much about it or even worrying much about it, but individual people know that they are suffering to get even little things done in their life.
Yes, sir.
100%. Okay, lot of teenagers that I know, they have to be doing their study material, course material, you know, their education or their skill or this or that. All they are doing Instagram, Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunate, on Instagram right now. Unfortunate that, you know, a lot of people are wasting time on these kind of platforms. Yes, you do fun in your life, but if that fun was intentional, if that fun was kind of planned, it was great. Okay, I relax in my life. I have fun. I watch movies. You know, after this episode with you, I have an episode waiting for me. Okay, but that's after a long, hard day of slogging my ass down the alley and doing a lot of things, and then finally I get to enjoy my reward in the day. Okay? So, are you equating one tip I'll give everybody watching this right now? Okay. So segregate your time into two areas: production time and consumption time. I repeat that again: production time and consumption time. Production time is when you are actively being the producer, producing something, some result, some activity, some action, so on and so forth. Consumption is when you are consuming something. Okay, whether it's a TV serial, whether it's a, you know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. Okay. Now, with respect, a lot of people tell me, so if I read a book, is that production or consumption? Okay. The reality, reading a book is consumption and not production. Okay. You are consuming somebody's ideas that somebody has written and is now starting to propagate. So still effectively, you are consuming some content.
Yes, sir.
You're not producing anything when you're reading a book. Not at all. Don't think reading a book as productive time. A lot of people think attending meetings is productive. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's fake productivity. Okay, fake productivity altogether. Attending classes is productive only if you are listening to the lecturer, not if you are having fun with your friends. So divide your time into production time and consumption time, and the ideal ratio that you should minimum hope or aspire for is 70% production and 30% consumption.
Yes.
Okay, 70% production, 30% consumption. And if you're not able to do these kind of things, then you know that something is broken and you need help to fix it.
Yes, sir.
So that is one tip.
Yeah, sir. Like actually, that happened to me a lot, sir. Like the first thing when I woke up in the morning, I check my phone. After that, like I consider it a kind of meditation. So I read a book for 1 or 2 hours, and after that, after bathing and becoming pressure. So I listen to podcasts or something, and after that I start YouTubing, and I don't know how I started YouTubing from 10 p.m. Sorry, 10 a.m. and after that I don't know how it will take 4 or 5 hours, and I suddenly I realized that my day is gone. So I need to be more productive. Then I answer the thing that you said, that the consumption and the production, that really matters a lot. And in this pandemic, I really find that there is so much opportunities waiting out there for everyone, because nobody is outside, and you have to just use your Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and all the social media to just reach and do something productive. So yeah, so that's a
Right.
very good advice. Yeah.
100%.
And so
And
yeah,
in any given situation that you are in your life, okay,
yeah,
there will be a producer and there will be a consumer. You just have to critically think and understand whether you are being a consumer in this situation or producer. For example, in this show right now, Shubham, you and me
yeah,
are producers.
yes, sir.
Everybody who's watching are our followers here,
Consumer.
and hi everybody, how are you doing today? Okay, so all you guys who's watching us right now are consumers. Okay,
Yeah,
so this is your consumption time. So now I'm not saying no to consumption. Consume,
yes,
no problem with that. Okay, but your production time should be 70% and your consumption time should be 30%, not
yes,
the
sir.
reverse.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's an important thing to think about.
yeah. So and like moving forward to the next question, and this is the very major problem you also talk about a lot. It's the procrastination. Why do people do a lot of procrastination, and how to overcome it to be more productive? Like so sometimes I think that procrastination is kind of addiction or something. So yeah, so how to overcome that?
Right. So one thing, Shubham, with that is, as we were talking about, we have become a technological induced lazy generation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have novelty all around the place. We are getting addicted. We are getting a lot of reward in our brain for putting no effort at all. See, when you watch a YouTube video, what's happening inside you? Some euphoria, and then there is next video, some euphoria, and then there is next
Yeah.
video, some euphoria. So you are getting rewarded for nothing at all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, your fathers and forefathers had to fight for getting rewarded. Okay, they
Yeah.
had to work and so on and so forth to get rewarded. So we are becoming a technologically induced lazy generation. So procrastination and this laziness is a pandemic, as I talked about just earlier on. Okay,
Yeah.
now how to with this procrastination or laziness and the likes? Okay, the first thing is for you to be intentional about your time. The one resource that is not coming back if it's lost in your life is your time. Money
Yes.
will come back, relationships will come back, everything else will come back. If you put an effort into it, everything can be made to come back into
Yeah.
your life, but the only thing that will not come back is time. Okay.
Yes.
The first thing is starting your day. Are you even having an intention with your time? How
No,
do
sir.
you want? How do I my time? How do I want to, where do I want
Utilize.
to spend?
Yeah.
What should not get my attention? Are you even consciously thinking about this? Now the reality, Shubham, and everyone will agree with this, and the guys who are watching us right now, if you agree with me, put agree in the comment section. I am 100% sure that 99.95% people on this planet do not even think about how their days are going.
Yes,
There
sir.
is no reflection on how I've spent my day, how I've spent my week, and so on and so forth. Now, because I'm talking about it, for the next 3 days, you will. And then again, it will be lost.
Yes, sir.
Because once you are on, you're distracted, you're bombarded with so many things that there is no time for you to even think about your own life, how you're spending your time. There is no analysis in that matter at all. Okay? So the first thing, being conscious about how and where you're spending your time. The second thing, why procrastination happens is because you're afraid or overwhelmed by the task in front of you. There is some sort of a negative emotion with the task that you want to do. So the reality is, if I have to ask you to eat an ice cream, okay, you will do it like left hand job, no problem. Okay, but if I ask you to go to the gym,
Yeah.
there is resistance. Okay,
Yes,
there
sir.
is some
Resistance.
kind of, Raj karna hai kya? Okay, यार आज ही करना है क्या, कल शुरू करेंगे यार, नेक्स्ट हफ्ता एवरीथिंग, मतलब आज इस हफ्ता आई विल एंजॉय एवरीथिंग दैट आई नीड टू ईट एंड नेक्स्ट वीक आई बिगिन.
Yeah.
Okay, 1500 excuses that people will give to themselves. Okay, why? Because one task is giving you pleasure and the other task is requiring you to put some effort and go through some discomfort and so on and so forth. So there is some sort of negative feeling with that task. Okay.
Yes.
So whenever you write down your task list, on the side you also should write down what is the emotion you feel about this task. Okay, and when you know that there is some kind of negative emotion towards a particular task, what are negative emotions? It could be anything like I don't think I'm skilled at this, I'm afraid of this task, I'm overwhelmed with this task, I'm not comfortable with this task, oh I need to take that person's support for this task, anything.
Yes.
Any negative emotion attached with that task. Okay, so once you're aware what tasks you feel positive about and what tasks you feel negative about, then you put all the tasks that you feel negative about in the first part of your day. Okay, within the first 4 hours of time, you have to try to get done all the uncomfortable things.
Yes.
And then the rest of you can play with the comfortable things. Okay, for example, we are hosting this live at 8 p.m. in the night. This is a comfortable thing for
Yes.
me to talk. If I open my
Yeah.
mouth, I can speak for hours, no problem. Okay.
Yeah.
But so there is no level of discomfort for me with respect to this one. But there are a lot of other things in my life that I am discomforted with. Okay.
Yeah.
Those things I first things in my day. So this is one simple tip to get started with, and there is a lot more things like that. We have to delve into personal situations of people to understand how we can transform them in that direction. And I help a lot of people. I start my students' days with a meeting at 6:30 a.m. in the morning for 20. Okay, and then we get very intentional about what we want to do and so on and so forth, and I solve individual problems and all the likes like that. So but the fundamental one point where you can get started is the suggestion that I just gave, is you write down your emotions about your task and you put the negative emotional task in the first part of your day, and there you
Yeah.
give yourself more chance of getting these things done rather than putting them off. And when you know that you have certain negative emotion for a particular task, what you do is you schedule a time for it.
Yes.
Let us say 11 a.m. to 12. I will only do this task even if I'm getting an earthquake or a tsunami. Okay, only this particular task, even if I'm
Yeah.
feeling uncomfortably unproductive, कि मतलब
Yeah.
टाइम रुक गया है, मेरे को पता है कि मुझे ये करना है लेकिन मैं कर नहीं रहा हूं, लेकिन ये टाइम इसी टास्क के लिए शेड्यूल किया गया है, तो मैं पेनफुल्ली भी ये करने वाला हूं और कुछ नहीं करने वाला हूं.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the only task you will do in that particular time, and that is the only way you will start getting it done. So first day, probably half of that time or 40% or 50-60% of the time will go waste in you just trying to get yourself to do it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But then it 20-30% has started happening, which is really good. Okay, and so on and so forth. So in a major way, Shubham, with respect to productivity, it all boils down to your state of being, your emotional state. Okay.
Yeah.
And there is this beautiful way to entirely shape shift your emotional state, and I like to call it as core driving force. Okay.
Yes, sir. Core driving
I help
force.
people discover their force, and then using that core driving force. So core driving force is your maximum desire in your life. Okay. So when your daily desires, let us say you want to do laundry. Okay, you clearly know the benefit of laundry. You'll have, come on, damn it, you know it. Okay, but then there is procrastination. You
Yes,
don't
sir.
feel like doing it. Like right now at homes, your mothers are probably doing it, but if you were in hostels, you and I know that we won't be doing it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
So the point is, you clearly know the benefit of the laundry, but you don't do it because there is some sort of procrastination. Now,
Yeah.
if we piggyback this desire, the reason why this activity is not winning against your bad influences is because the strength of the desire is not as high as the bad influence is.
Yeah.
So somehow we have to make these desires very, very strong. And the way to make that happen is to piggyback these small goals onto the maximum goal of your life, which is your core driving force. So I help people discover their core driving force. And once you piggyback this, if you want to go to America, either you can drive or you can sit on the back of a plane and fly.
Yeah.
Okay. That is how this works. Okay. So you piggyback this small goal onto the maximum goal of your life, and then it happens much more effectively than otherwise. So there is a lot of other things like that, but yes, that's one tip that you can get started with.
Yes, sir. Okay, so thank you so much, sir, for doing the session with me. I'm so honored to have you on my show, and I think that this particular session is one of the most valuable and informative session of my show, and I'm really honored to have you on my show. So thank you so much.
That's a great compliment. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Hope we can collaborate in future soon. Yeah.
100%. And to everybody
Yeah.
who has stayed until now and spent your time with us, thank you so much for each one of you. I hope and wish and pray and bless that
Yeah.
you go ahead in your life, achieve everything that you want to achieve, because the one is that you have everything. The only catch for that though is you're not entitled to anything. Okay, you deserve
Yeah.
to achieve everything in your life, but you're not entitled. So that's what I want you guys to keep in your mind, and go ahead and crush your long pending goals. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.